Can't wait to listen to that next week.
Yeah.
Five ladies.
Alright. And I will add the listeners.
You guys get a second if you can check on the
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Thing looking good? Then. So, welcome back, dear friends. A quick reminder about last session, when our tired group of Mavericks rested up after the devastating Kruthik attack and after some unsettling sights in the night, continued on out of the crawler path to the other side of the mountain and western Tyragard. After leaving behind Toradolsha, Pebble Muncher, and the Badgers, the party continued on towards Gillimore, notably with Ibis slowly but steadily turning to stone, and Panic still longing for her cursed axe. Upon arrival, the party split, with Peril going with Tobias and Barry to claim the reward for a completed quest, and the rest looking to take care of the curse problem. On their way to the Temple of Solaris, though, Titania ran into an old friend, her previous commander in the Eclectic War, Oliver Wald. Hearing his plea for help on a top-secret mission, she felt the call of duty to go back to the war zone and left the party. Goodbye, Fro. The two cursed remainders went to the aforementioned temple alone and were finally able to be freed of their curses, though not without some trepidatious incidents first. Peril, meanwhile, unknowing of his friend's plight, received the rewards for the finished quest from a quite uptight high elf named Archibald, the leader of the Heavenshroud Collectory, and said his farewells to Tobias and Barry. On his way out, though, he was pulled aside by an old friend, Nimrod, of the Beggar Knights, who led him to a magical chest said to belong to the goddess Dare, whom the Beggar Knights worship. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the chest started rattling and shaking, as if someone was knocking on the inside. Opening the chest revealed a very confused and bothered red tiefling named Terror. Welcome back, Fro. A lot of confusion later, Terror leaves the Cerebrum together with Peril, clutching an old tome in his hands. We rejoin here, as Terror is alone in his tavern room after having cost the Heavenshroud Collectory probably thousands of gold in food and luxury. Having just opened the tome and seeing writing appear on blank pages, and hearing a voice in his head go, "Hello, Terrence."
Hello, book. Shifty eyes.
As you say those words, Terror, you see on the pages of the book your words appear in writing before fading into the pages again. And the book replies, It's fine to finally make your acquaintance, Terence. I am the record keeper, though I suspect you already knew that.
You're a book.
Well, in the most broad of terms, yes. In actuality, I am very much myself, a sentient being. It's confusing, I know, but I do know that you have experience with talking objects. Was it Galore, the stone that you carried?
Copyright TM.
You see, I know a whole lot. Shut up. I know a whole lot about you, Terror. Though I'm afraid you don't know very much about me.
The stone didn't talk that I remember, but yeah, sure, yeah. Well, I mean, at least it didn't talk to me. I don't. They didn't actually let me hold it. That's a very interesting thing.
It's a very rude thing to do, wouldn't you say? But look at you now. You have your very own sentient talking object.
What?
Terror. Let me cut down to the chase. My name is long and hard, but you can call me Wonks for now.
You say bonks?
You know what? You know what? Let me talk to you face to face instead.
Well,
And
was that a V or a W, a double V? What? I'm just confused here.
Check roll 20 chat. As you are observing the book, disgustingly a lot
I gotta scroll
like
down. I look down and all I see is your. Oh, my bad. Must have been the wind. And I'm like, what? Okay, scroll down. Bunks.
Very much like in the Harry Potter movie, you sort of are drawn into the book as the pages surround you and start filling the room, not in reality, but in your mind. And in your mind's eye, you are transported into what seems like a different realm, a different dimension, a different plane.
This shit happened like 6 hours ago.
Yeah. And you see kilometers of bookshelves reaching into the sky, probably kilometers high as well. Sorry, that's several miles to all of you that don't understand kilometers.
No,
And
I
there are
understand. I'm
rows
from
upon
Malaysia.
rows upon there
Not
are
really.
rows and rows and rows of bookshelves just all around you. And you see a very, very ancient looking bronze or gold, maybe, dragonborn standing. We're currently writing a book. Turns around, sees you there, and goes, "Ah, much better. I've always preferred face-to-face talking." Now then, Terror, without explaining too much, I'm sure you have questions. My name is Vonks, and I would like to offer you a deal.
Go on.
You see, back where we're from, I knew everything. Literally, all there was to know, I knew. I've written, you see these books? They're all filled with everything there was to know about the old
modesty
place.
is your strong suit.
Come again?
Huh?
Come again?
What?
Never mind.
Okay, yep.
But now, and he claps his hands, and you move, but you are thrown through space in this parallel dimension or whatever it is.
So,
and you see the same amount of bookshelves, only empty.
Do I like
We are
immediately get like yanked through space and time, or is there like a portal and then like sucks me in again?
Immediately, you're
okay.
like Thor in Thor Ragnarok, in Doctor Strange's place.
Okay.
And you see a very similar amount of bookshelves, obviously different ones, completely empty. But now we are in a new place with exciting new things to learn, and I want to learn everything there is to know again. But for that, I need you. You see, coming here, I had to make certain deals with certain beings, and retaining my corporeal form was not possible. So I gave that back to death, and now I need
what?
you
Okay.
to be my... Sorry?
Hmm?
Now I need you to be my in-between. Through you, I will learn, and in exchange, I will allow you to use my considerable powers to aid you.
The terror's gonna kind of put his hand behind his head a little bit, and he's like, the commitment and the locking it down. We just met each other in.
This is in no way like a warlock pact. I'm not asking for
Warlock
anything.
pact. That's no.
Yeah, no, that's not
Yeah,
happening. I'm not asking you to
no.
be a warlock. I've already, had I wanted to be a god, I
no,
could have been, but I chose not to.
That's definitely
Now,
what
what
I was
I need-
implying. You're right. That's no.
Yeah, no,
Mhm.
that's not what I'm offering. This is a simple agreement that you will allow me to access the world around you through your eyes, and in return, I will aid you in whatever way I can to fulfill my deal and to be a good man. I am a good person, in truth.
Can we like 4 steps backward, my friend?
He literally takes 4 steps backwards.
I like that. It's very literal. Fucking smart ass. So, did you say new dimension? Is that what I heard? New world? What was that?
New place.
New place.
I believe is the words I used. And he flips open the book, and like that his writing pulls down a few pages backwards. No, sorry, new realm is what I said.
New realm. Okay, yep. That's cool. Where the fuck am I?
Well, Terra, I would love to answer that, but as it happens, I am cut off from the world that you're currently in, and I am unable to access the zeitgeist. Oh, sorry, I should probably explain that. Do you know what a zeitgeist is, Terra?
Obviously, I do.
Oh, right. Well, that's very good. I invented that term.
Yep. Yeah.
Back in the old place.
Yeah, I've been there.
He narrows his eye slightly and keeps going. But to refresh your memory, in case you've forgotten,
that would be a good idea.
Zeitgeist,
it's been a minute. It's been a minute. No? Does he like freeze in place? I like tap on him. I'm like, oh shit, Windows 98. Hello?
Yeah, no, sorry, I thought you said wait a minute. Bunks keeps going. The zeitgeist is the spirit of the time. You see, I found that learning information the old-fashioned way was a horrible waste of time, and it was so inefficient when you wanted to learn everything. What I do now is I tap into the zeitgeist of the spirit of the time, meaning that the more access I have to people around, to this world, the more you interact with it, especially with the people, the easier it will be for me to learn everything about it. And I can start learning things that no one has spoken. I can learn secrets. I can learn history of the land. But it depends on you, first of all, allowing this, and second of all, interacting with the people around you.
Anyone ever tell you that you are absolutely shit at answering questions?
Well, back in the old days, 2 millennia ago, there was that king that didn't really like me, but he kept me around.
Okay, now you're making assumptions. That's not what I said here, my friend. I said you explain poorly. You answer poorly. Where am I?
You see, I did answer that, and I answered that I can't tell you because I do not have access to the Zeitgeist yet.
Right, but
You
like,
see, I would tell you. I would be happy to tell you. I would actually very much like to know myself, but that depends on you agreeing with me that I am allowed to experience the world through you. You see how this works? All I know, Mr. Terrence, is that, or do you prefer terror, perhaps?
yeah, sure, we can go with that.
Okay, Mr. Terror. All I can tell you is that we are somewhere far, far from home, where my previous knowledge has somehow been rendered useless, though I do
Okay.
not know how, and I do not know why. All I know is that I asked the lady for a new place to learn about, and that is what she has given.
Okay,
Though in
sir.
what capacity,
So,
I still cannot tell you.
so when you say far from home, do you mean far from your home with the whatever the fuck you have in your places and the things, or do you mean like my home with the big ass fluffy bed and comfy pillows?
Both, I believe.
Well,
We
shit.
hail from the same realm, Terror, and I believe we are both far, far from home, like Spider-Man.
Hmm. Well, fuck. And he's gonna just kind of look around. He's like, I'm not going anywhere till I agree, huh?
Oh no, no, I would never force this upon you.
Oh no, you
You are
just
free to
took
leave if
me
you so
from
wish.
my home realm.
Though, sorry,
Yeah, no, you no, never force this upon anyone.
you are you are free to leave if you wish.
Yeah, okay. So I can
And do know
I
that
can
it
just
wasn't
head back
I that
home.
brought us here.
So,
Well, that I cannot help you with,
oh,
unfortunately.
okay.
It wasn't I. It was not me
So,
that brought us here.
you know, so like I hit you with the sword and you bleed, and I didn't make you bleed. The sword did. I get it. I get it. That it makes total sense. That's fine. Sure, we have a deal.
Well, I would argue with you, but you just told me that we have a deal. So, and he extends a scaly hand towards you for a handshake.
All right. So you know that like real shitty. I'm shaking your hand technically, but not really. Where it's more of like a slap on the hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he gets that.
He goes, in time, I'm sure we will learn to appreciate each other. For now, Terror, you have a good night's sleep. And he snaps his fingers, and you are back in the book, and you see the words on the page, good night sleep, slowly fade into nothing.
I shut the book.
Hmm.
And we're like, what the fucking asshole? God damn.
I'm still here. Terror, you
Jesus
agreed,
Christ!
remember?
And we can sing cut.
Hmm. And we will cut to nothing because it's the middle of the night and you guys are drifting off to sleep. Ibis feeling the best sleep you had for the last few days, as there are no stone giants yelling stuff at you in your dreams. Panic, you no longer feeling like a drug addict that's suffering from withdrawal symptoms.
Don't worry, the time
And
is now.
turning off the scary music, uh, you wake up the
Oh,
next morning, all of you,
hold up.
and
If you don't mind,
yeah,
could it have been possible for me to wake up like 2 hours early? So like super early. Like we're talking like
uh,
ye old 4 a.m., 5 a.m. time.
sure, you just crack open your door. Immediately, there's like a servant just waiting for you if there's anything you would need, as you requested, and you ask him to wake you up real early.
So I wake up. I gather all my things, pack it all up real quickly. And do I know whose room is whose?
Yes, you would. You all said goodnight to each other before going into 4 separate doors.
Alright. So, Birdman, he would have no interest in talking to you about this. Sorry. You're a stick in the mud. And we got like a 66% chance of peril, 30% of old panic there. So I'm just gonna do this so I can decide myself. We're gonna go to Panic's door. I'm gonna knock on the door. Just... Hey.
Panic, it's very early, and you feel someone knocking at your door.
Guess I'll go check the door, because it's crack as dawn.
You open the door and be like, fucking hell, I forgot how tall you were. Okay, anyways, so we got to get the fuck out of here.
Why? Literally, I don't even think the sun's up yet.
Because if this place works like a normal business, they do the paperwork in the morning, which means they're sending that bill out in the morning, which means they're going to receive it in the morning. So there's people who shouldn't be here in the morning. That would be us. We need to go.
We're still gonna have to pay, though.
No. They put it on the tab.
Oh, okay. I guess.
All right.
Are you gonna go get the others, or are you just waking me up and we're...
No, you get the chicken. You go get the chicken. I'll go get your brother.
I don't think he's a chicken, but okie dokie.
That's...
Birds of a feather.
Do you know how many Kenku I have talked to / killed?
I don't know you, so no, not really.
At least like 10.
Don't say that in front of him, though.
I'm not a Kinku.
He doesn't fucking know.
Tomato, tomato.
Birds of a feather.
Birds of a feather. That's right. So I go knock on Peril's door.
I'll do the same for Ibis, I guess.
Wander over to the door.
You,
Open it.
Green-faced bastard. We gotta go.
Is it that time already?
No, it's before that time. But trust.
Yeah. That elf's gonna be pissed.
Yep. That's why we got to go.
Yeah, alright. I'll wander back into my room and gather my stuff real swift and come back to the hallway.
I'll also head to the hallway and wait for the bird.
You have to go wake up Ibis.
I go wake up Ibis.
Why am I awake this early?
Do you want to get Elfman mad? Let's go.
I would. What?
I don't know, something about paperwork, and he said let's go. So let's go.
I can just imagine. I don't know. They mentioned reading.
I think I can read, though. We went over this last time.
It's a gray area. She can read. She can't read. I don't know.
I'm going to make the executive decision that Panic does not know how to read.
Understandable.
14 intelligence, can't read.
It's not related to intelligence. It's just related to panic.
Right.
You don't gotta be able to read the math like a scientist.
Isn't math... Never mind. It's
Some
too
of the
early
best
for this.
discoveries are just happy little accidents.
The more you get into math, the more alphabet, the less numbers.
Anyone else imagining just like a barbarian, like full like hide armor, like axe on their back, with a schmuck and the little goggles on, with like 2 vials in their hand?
I... Oh God.
See,
Anyways.
if you carefully just mix exactly 2 milliliters of this in together with the sodium hydroxide.
Now, if you drink this, that'll make your rage potent.
Yeah,
Do I just drink this whole beer?
I actually kind of forgot what this makes. Let's fuck it. Go for it.
I've created ethanol. That's alcohol.
Slams it.
Guys.
We're good.
So that's
Turned
what
out,
happened to
turned
Big
out it
John.
was methanol, not ethanol. You missed
Yeah.
the
That's what happened to Big John.
Hey now, stay away from my child.
Big John.
Carol.
As the 4 of you make your way downstairs, you see the barkeep Jonathan hard asleep across the counter. And there's like 4 wicker baskets set out with like candies and some rations, like dried meat in them, and like a card on each one for Peril, for Archibald, for the favorite tiefling, etc. With like little hearts and probably like supposed to give it to you as you leave the morning, though he is hard asleep on the counter.
Should we take those and then run, or should we just continue running?
I mean, it'd be rude to leave them and put all that work
It would
into
be
it.
very rude to turn down anything that is free.
Especially the little hearts on it.
It is lovely. He's not my type, but that is lovely.
It's probably like 3 rations worth of food in the basket.
That's wonderful. That.
Notably, Panic, yours a bit bigger.
Look at that. They think you're fat.
Ibis inspecting
fine.
the basket, you get the odd sense that they just found like a rat in the back garden, and they figured, owls like rats, and there's a rat in yours.
Everyone
Oh,
else is
no.
like, look at my fruit basket and some jerky. Oh my god, they got us a loaf of bread. He opens his like dead rat, fucking cob
Yeah.
of corn and
Some
she's
bird
like
seed.
seeds. Like what is?
Terror, there's like a red dust. There's like a red dust on your food, and you get the sense that they made it really spicy because they're stereotyping devils to like spicy things.
Well, at least I'm not like some weird green color of like rotten, moldy stuff, and I keep walking.
Peril suspiciously squints at his basket, but it seems okay.
Don't shoot him with your arrows, please. We don't want to cause too much attention to ourselves.
No, we just need to grab these and go.
Yep,
So you all
out
get
the
3
door.
rations,
I'm out the door.
and as you step into the crisp morning air, it's quite chilly for being that early, and the sun has just started rising. Like, you don't see the sun yet, but the sky has gotten a lot brighter. So you guys step out into the morning air.
Well, what was the next town we had to go to?
Error wouldn't know, so we can't tell you. So the DM is going
Weren't we heading to Arkfeld?
because
As
you're
a
no
little bit-
longer stuck to the wagon, so you can head to Arkfell either trekking through like the direct path, or taking the really long path around Hardeen Woods through Broadburg to take the road.
How big is that river?
You don't know. It's just you haven't asked anyone. The innkeep might have been able to give you some information, but do you ask this out loud, Ibis.
We're outside, aren't we? Didn't we leave?
Yeah, you're outside. Ibis, do you ask this out loud?
Yeah.
Terror, you hear a voice in your head go, well, let's put this new place to a test, shall we?
The fuck, man? You
And
got to give me a
roll
warning.
me a history check, Terror. D3. Very nice. Wait, you have that's a +6 to history? Is that it? Thought you had more. No, but that's right. That's right. You have
no,
+6 to history.
I don't have.
And...
It's the other two have expertise.
Right, gotcha. No, but a 23, that's a very good roll. You hear, I feel, well, the Bedcock River is fordable, is what I'm getting. There is a farmer that lives in the house just down there that uses to ford it. There are dangers on the way, but that's on the way to Broadburg as well. That's all I'm getting.
So don't ask why. But there's a farm up here.
Outside of the town?
Yes. And he's just gonna
And just
kind
so
of
we're
like.
clear, the farmer is used to fording the river, so it's fordable, is what he told you.
Yes, the river is affordable. We can buy ourselves a nice little piece of property. Don't you love English? Isn't it just great?
I don't know whether that's the DM or Vunk's spying.
I'm sorry, you said it in common, and you have a bit of a celestial accent. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's probably the influence from the time I spent as a god of history. You know, they forced you to learn Celestial. Not that that was an issue for me, of course.
That's
I already
very
knew
interesting.
all languages, but still.
Yeah, I was almost forced to learn Dwarvish. I can only like half speak it.
Is Terror talking out loud?
Let's. No, this is in his mind.
Oh, I
And,
imagine
Vonk
Terror
goes-
was speaking out loud.
All right. Well, if you want to, sure. You're speaking out loud. For the book to pick out what you're saying. And you hear it, Vonks in your head go, let's hope you're not forced to learn any languages today, shall we?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Are you speaking to someone?
What? Oh, yeah. Anyway, so there's the farm up here. And he's just gonna stare at you.
Let's at least get going in a direction. We'll figure the rest out after. We'll just put some space between us and the tavern.
That is a
Why do
We do not
wonderful,
want
wonderful
to be
idea,
here
my
in the
friend.
morning.
Why are we need? It's too early for me to think right now.
You know what wakes everyone
Oh,
up?
the
Some beautiful
in-base character
music.
is out. It's too early.
I'm be like, I can wake you up, and I will pull out my guitar and start playing some music as we're walking.
As you do so, there's like shutters flying open, and there's like a dwarf going, "Oh yeah, turn off that damn noise! We're trying to sleep here." Fucking kids.
I'm probably about your age, but okay, sir.
I don't know.
My God, fucking people, and
How,
turn it down a
how
little bit
far
more.
is it to the edge of town?
To the edge of town, it's like a 10-minute walk.
And that is where we head.
Mm-hmm. So while we're there,
As your head.
I was gonna say I was just gonna rifle through my inventory and notice that I lost all my books, and be sad about that, and start moping.
It's fine, Terror. You got the greatest book of all time.
Would you fucking warn me about that? You can't just all of a sudden. Okay, anyways.
Right, okay. What kind of calling signal would you like before I speak? I'm telling you, I'm willing to do anything to make this
expect
work.
it to get this far. We can continue.
Right, well then. As you're walking, you arrive at this city gate, and there's like a guard there, and he's like, "Oh, get up!" Like, he's got like a cozy blanket over himself, sitting on a chair, holds it up gently, and takes off the latch on the gate, starts opening it. And there's a man sitting just inside the gate, on like a folded out mat. And he has got some like leather straps over his eyes, uh, absurdly thin. He looks like he hasn't eaten in weeks, and he has like a bowl, trying to probably like he's a beggar. Is what the sense you're getting. And as you walk past, he looks up towards the four of you, without seeing, cause he's blind, and he goes, "Spare a coin for the poor."
I give him 200 dragons.
As the money pours into the into the bowl that he holds extended, as you put in the like do you put it like one and one coin, or do you put like the pouch?
I just hand him my coin pouch. I'm like,
Yep.
Mind. These aren't coins from this area. They're basically just essentially worth their own weight in material. Yeah. Careful, so you don't get in trouble with these. It's going to be a pain.
As you extend your arm and put the pouch in the bowl, he, quick as lightning, reaches out, grabs your arm, pulls you closer, and he's like staring into your eyes, though he has leather blinders, as he says, "Oh, I'm sure I'll be able to go where I can use them. Now this is for you." And he presses like a clay token, probably like the size of your palm, into your palm. As he goes, "I'm sure that will come in handy." And sits back down.
I'm gonna kind of like shifty eye and look to the rest of the party like, fuck. Oh, and I'm sorry, I don't. Oh yeah, we did say 200. 200. How much I had? I'm sorry.
Yep.
Peril will put 1 gold coin in his thing.
Much appreciated, sir.
And
Nimrod says hi.
I was about to it's funny you say that. I was about to ask if you knew Nimrod.
Wait a minute.
We're old friends. My name's Bartholomew.
Brain blast. That's that fucker who pulled me through the he was there with the chest and the opening yesterday.
Would you guys like to know what Bartholomew looks like?
Yes.
Like, okay, first off, the aesthetic, not my style, kind of odd. But anyways, yeah, that your fucking friend was there yesterday.
My fucking friend likes to be everywhere. Sort of his thing.
Well, he can take my ass back home.
I don't think he can, actually.
Fuck.
Yeah, no. Doesn't have that sort of power. Taking you back home, and he like pushes a finger on your chest, Terror. That's gonna take a tremendous amount of power. Not even something Nimrod can do. Bless him.
The double fuck.
Bartholomew, when was the last time you had a good meal?
You see, Peril, there's something living in me that eats literally everything I eat before it can reach my stomach.
What?
Funny, isn't it?
Absolute fuck are talking about?
Yeah, no. So I had to get immortality, and I'm living with eternal hunger. But that aside, life's good.
Do you
Now,
still
if
get
you'll
to
excuse
taste?
me. Yeah, sure. The taste is still there. I still have my tongue, luckily.
I will give
I
him.
just
one of
have
my,
to. I just have to look out for cats.
I will give him one of my 3 good rations from the basket.
He takes like there's like chocolate wrapped chocolate candy wrapped, and he pulls both ends to expel the like a ball of chocolate, throws it in his mouth, goes, "Oh yeah, that's good," and you hear a loud rumble from his stomach. Oh, that's very good.
Wait a
Much
minute.
appreciated.
Wait. Hold on. You have some sort of parasite that lives in you?
Yeah, no, I guess you could say that. Yeah,
And
parasite. That's funny.
And do you have... You are immortal?
Well,
Okay.
you can't live without eating forever,
So-
can you? As a normal person.
So... Can you die?
Do you want to find out?
Well, what? No. Okay, here's the thing. Have you just tried poisoning the thing in you? Like, if
He just gives
you,
you like
if you don't
he gives
die,
you a smile, Terror. There's a bit of sadness in that smile on his side. Oh, I've tried everything.
yeah, but if it's alive and
You see,
but
drinking
can't
poison
die.
doesn't really work when the poison never reaches your stomach. You see.
See, when the children are really sick and they can't keep stuff down in their stomach, there's always a second option. And I will just blank stare at him. Say down, this is a joke from earlier.
Yeah, no, I get it. I completely get it.
Anyways, you do your stomach grumble thing. I don't even know this place.
Well,
Get me out of this goddamn
I have
town.
places to be.
Yes, me too.
He rolls up the carpet he's sitting on, and it turns into like that roll, and there's something that he rolls up in it. You don't know what.
Can I
And he
perception to
stands
see
up
what?
and goes, "Until next time, have a good one." And
Send my
walks off.
regards and thanks to Nimrod for the gift of terror.
Well, I'll hold on to that message, and you decide once you've gotten to know him a little better, if you still want to thank for that. He has a tendency, it seems, to suggest shoving things up your... And we cut. As you guys are walking outside of the city gates. So,
Who was that and who is this?
I'm
An
gonna
old
grab the
friend.
bird. I grab the bird. I don't know. I don't know fucking anything.
I assumed that much.
He's an old friend.
Good to know.
Terror,
less is
the
more
the
with
clay
him.
token, the clay token that you got pressed into your hand is like brownish, and it's got like the symbol of a horseshoe on it.
I take it and I'm just gonna
And
be
you
like,
what?
actually, I'm just gonna do the good old, hey, who wants this? And then just hold my hand out. Just be like, fucking someone take it. Anyone? Nope. I drop it on the ground. I walk away. Hands up in the air. I'm done with this place. Done with this town. It's fucking people and the stuff and the weirdness and the blind naked bondage man. I'm just done. I'm done. Nope. I'm out of here. Fucking teleporting chest. Elves that paid for my meal. I'm done.
Are you okay, Tara?
No!
Peril will pick up the clay thing and put it in the
Okay.
bag of holding next to the Beggar Knight's flare.
Right? Yeah, you have the clay token.
Didn't we get a bunch of money, by the way?
Okay,
Yeah,
some
once we
fuckers
get
don't
a
use
little
money
further
here.
away and just a little further away from the city, we'll figure that.
Okay.
So, which path are you guys taking?
So we have the option of the road to.
I mean, you
Broadburg?
have the option of going like whatever way you want. You could go back to Minberg and try going through the forest, though I don't see why you would. You can go straight across. That's the quickest. You can go around Hardine Woods to Broadburg. You can go through Hardine Woods. It's all up to you.
Can we go up the mountain?
You may. It's D&D. You can do what you want.
I have 0 input because I don't know where anything is, and Terror has not seen a map of this place.
All right, so this big question mark over here, I want to walk straight that way. And
I would like to charge into
Right.
Mount Doom.
Campaign takes a plot twist.
Can we go to Mordor already?
You can't just walk straight into Eccles, Ibis.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
One does not simply walk straight into Eccles, Nathan. Except that's literally what Sam and Frodo did, but never mind.
I wouldn't say they simply walked in.
Well, fair.
is Bedcourt Bed Broadburg man?
Sorry,
Is-
what?
Broadburg.
Is the next city just a small city?
Broadburg, according to like what you see on the map, seems to be a smaller place, yeah.
So, St. Ounce,
Mm-hmm.
if I may make a suggestion for future map making,
Yeah.
label your stuff with "Do the roads in black."
What did you say?
Make your roads in the text a different color.
Okay, yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair.
Me not being able to read that was more just me than anything else.
Well, I mean, I was unsure if it said Brondburg.
Yeah, no, it's broad. That's an A.
Ibis, have you been sailing before?
I mean, I can simply fly over the river if I really needed to.
Yeah, I can fly too.
So can I.
Everybody
Man,
stares at Pero. What about you?
Pero, we really got a new guy, and you're still the only one who can't fly.
I mean, I could give you one of my shoes, but I don't think it works like that very much.
I mean-
it doesn't. Please don't do that.
Ever ridden a unicycle?
I will pull out my guitar and be like, I have just had an inspiration for you. And then he's...
No.
Okay, I
We're-
put away my
we're good.
guitar. Giant Amazon lady says no guitar. I put it away.
Amazon lady.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Armenian lady.
Panic, Ibis. We have no timeline to deliver this letter, right?
Was there a timeline on the letter?
Ooh, did you say letter?
There was no timeline on the letter, just ASAP is what Jean-Baptiste said.
Speaking...
Honestly,
And out of character Sadons, was there something we were supposed to do in like Langdale or something like that?
I mean, there were more quests. One was for Langdale. There was a quest for Duckmere.
Was
One
the-
for
the-
Belfell, I believe.
The two
But you didn't
quests,
only
take
quest
any
we
of
have-
those.
the
Okay,
two
so the
quests
only one we
we
have
did.
left is the Arkfell one.
Yeah, the two quests that you took, you've completed. Delivering the letter wasn't a quest, that was just a favor for Jean-Baptiste. But then when you came to Arkfell, you could probably pick up more quests on your way back if you so desired.
I mean, I honestly have a spell waiting for me in Oakville, so getting that fast would be nice.
I have absolutely nothing and nobody and nothing and nobody waiting.
You could just vibe with us.
Sure.
Who's
Matter
tired
of
of
fact, the
walking?
only thing I do have is one town I don't know the name of that I can't go back to because I'm pretty sure an elf is going to sue me.
Is that the same elf we're running from right now?
Yes.
What do you all mean that the elf is going to be upset? You said he would pay for our food.
So who's tired
What?
of walking?
I am very tired of walking. That is a good point.
So if we go down to the river, I can craft us a boat, and we can just lay back and take the river according to the map to Arkfell.
Bitch, you might want to learn how to read a map. But Terror is gonna say, well, that sounds like a wonderful idea to me.
We
Who?
can't take the river to what?
We can, but it's a
Well,
caw,
convoluted. It's
Terror.
a convoluted.
Terror, caw, caw. He's talking again, Terror. Not even gonna respond?
What?
Bird noises?
The book
your
said,
voice in your head
caw,
is
caw,
Oh.
Terror.
I'm sorry. I honestly it didn't register to me that you're talking to me.
Alright.
I'm be like, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Okay.
What,
Yep.
you don't like that one? Okay.
No,
Take a different one.
that's
Now-
whatever.
Would you, if you don't mind, Terror, I would love to see that map that they seem to be referring to. Could you ask to see it for me, please?
They don't have a map. They're just fucking talking like idiots.
They probably have a map. They're walking. You need a map.
Well, fuck, I don't know if
Since
they
you
have a map or
said
not.
you were talking out loud, Ibis, because we have a map.
We're not
shit.
idiots.
I mean,
Wait a
Are
minute.
you talking to somebody?
The girl who can't read talking.
So you have a map, huh? He's just gonna ignore the questions.
Ibis has been getting a lot of questions ignored today.
Ibis just looks at his little, like, spectral bird. Just throws his hands in the air and just turns around.
It's like,
Yes, we have a fucking map.
that guy talking to himself? What a fucking weirdo. Anyways, here's the map.
Sir, you were just
I'm gonna just be like nonchalantly, because I know they're looking at me now, gonna, without trying to move my mouth at all, be like, so do I show the book or do I look at it? How's this work?
You looking at it will be plenty.
Alright, then I'm gonna do that nonchalant lean over and look at the map real quick.
What's really funny is Ibis can read lips.
Yeah, you can.
So
You
you've
lean
been
over,
asking
Terror.
what I've been saying
so
this
yeah,
whole
Ibis,
time.
you pick that up.
Knowing exactly what I'm saying.
Terror, you lean over and you feel like a slight strain on your brain. Nothing like notable. It doesn't hurt or anything, but you feel that there's
My
something like
brain.
tugging slightly, and you goes and you hear the voice goes, and that's it. Yes, thank you. Arkfell, eh? So that's where we headed.
That feels fucking weird, but anyways.
Now, if you ever need help with the map, feel free to ask me. Or if you feel like visiting me again, I can even show you a perfect replica.
But
Oh yeah, I could mention, if you ever want to stop by, chat, feel free at any time, just look in the book and I'll take you here.
I will not say aloud, but I will mouth to myself. Did my mind just invite me to fucking tea and crumpets?
Ibis, you see Terror mouth to himself. My mind just invite me to fucking tea and crumpets.
No one can talk about how he was talking to himself before.
So,
I said
have you
something
guys
about it already.
have you guys decided what way you're taking?
Well, I heard that there was a river and no walking involved. And my pampered fucking feet sound like that's the winner.
You realize it would literally take. It would never work.
Look,
The river.
I still really haven't looked at this map. Like, I've looked, but I haven't examined. Just like,
If we go to the river and just take a boat and sit as the river goes, we will either go to a loch or the ocean, depending which way it flows.
okay.
You know we can like steer this boat.
Or we
Have
could
you?
fly there and
Alright.
just one of us carry Peril.
I have a really important question. Have you ever walked in heels? And he's gonna. I don't have a huge heel, but they're like a boot that's got like a fucking inch or so heel. And he's like, these
Got
things
Dr.
right here.
Martin's on.
What's that?
He's got Dr. Martin's on.
Sure. You can be like, this is not the most comfortable for going on long walks through the woods, fields.
Ibis just points down to his feet that are claws. No, I've never worn heels.
Well, it's not my fault you're missing out on the wonderful piece of a fashion accessory that is known as the shoe.
Ibis just starts flying. I don't tend to need them.
Your
Yeah.
attention, all of you, is suddenly drawn to the city behind you. You're like a few, like 10, 20 meters off from the gate as you hear 7,800!
I think we should run, like, now. Let's go, guys. That doesn't sound good.
I say we take the straightest route.
Well, you know what sucks worse than walking in heels, running in heels, and I'm just gonna start running.
Running in heels is easy. It's harder to do in flats.
Not listening. And take off running, and I'm just gonna follow whoever takes the lead.
Peril will start running towards the river.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So this river, it's not at all within eyeshot. It's a long way. But yeah, you start running towards the river. I'm going to move
Yeah.
you that way.
Okay.
Then.
How about? Could you give us like a rough? What does one
I
square
I
equal
can give you
travel-wise?
better than a rough. I can give you exactly. So let's see here. Let me pull up. So,
Yeah, 'cause I imagine like a
2
square
feet,
traveled.
2 feet. Let me see here. Just so 1 centimeter is that. So like in an hour, at a normal pace, you can travel 1.5 feet, which is 3 miles. At like a normal pace. And if you like take a quick pace, like you're running, you can travel 2 feet, which is 4 miles.
I meant just more like
Who knew that?
Are we
that
looking at
textbook
like
work would help?
yeah, like a half day per square?
Okay,
roughly.
yeah, sure.
But also
in a day,
would the road
in a day,
affect it? Because I imagine that we can travel much faster on the road. Just like
So,
not sure how much it cuts
for-
it down.
if you're, I'm gonna give you exactly in a day. If you're taking a slow pace, like you're walking stealthily, you'll travel about 10 feet on the.
Okay, through the terrain. So let's say 10 feet
14,
over here.
yeah.
10 feet, we're at the
Yeah.
river.
That's if there's rough terrain. This grassland doesn't count as rough terrain. This is just decent terrain.
So
If you're going at
roughly
a normal
day,
pace,
give or take, to get here. Got it.
yeah, if you're going at a normal pace, and for the ruler, I suggest you set it to no snapping on like the ruler thing, because then you can go exactly from your marker and point it out exactly as far as you would like. At a normal pace, you're going to make about 14 feet, and if you're going at a quick pace, saying Hail Mary and not caring about, watching around you, you're going to take 17 feet in a day.
So we
Okay,
can
so
basically get to about
But-
the river at a normal pace today.
How does that pertain to being on the road?
So being on the road, you could probably move, and also I'll suggest you can go do like this and like right click, and then you
Right-click.
can follow the road exactly. So that's about 54 feet, while walking straight is 30.
It's a day trip to make it, or it's a day to get to the river.
It would be in a day you can get to,
It'd
if
be
you're walking at
very
a
close.
normal pace, you could get to anywhere around here in a day.
All right, what color are you?
So like light blue.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
but
can
if you
get to about around here in a day,
Or we could get
walking
to
at the normal
Arkfell,
pace.
or on the outskirts, roughly.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you decide to like
there's a lot of
run, like
numbers.
move at a brisk pace, you can get to about here.
No, didn't you say the road we could do 54?
No.
What?
The
No.
road is
That was Ibis measuring the 54 feet. Even moving at a brisk pace will take you, what's that? 54 divided by 14. That'll take you about 3 days.
So the road takes us 3 days, cross country takes us 3 days.
cross
No,
country.
cross
2 days.
country takes you 2 days.
You know, you'd think they'd put a fucking road right here.
There's a river in the way.
The river is, technically speaking, there's a river there as well, to be fair.
Mhm.
Maybe there's ulterior reasons, who knows? Okay, so you guys start walking.
Mhm.
At what pace? Are you like running, booking it? Are you just walking, or are you going stealthily?
Normally.
I'm a fucking city kid.
Yep.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
This is
no.
only like my
And
third adventure out of the city.
as you guys, the four of you are just walking, what is your walking order, please?
In the middle.
My order depends whether or not I could get a book or something to read from somebody. If I couldn't, I'm in second. If I could, I'm in the back.
Are you gonna ask for a book?
Or just like anything to read.
I don't think I have
Fucking
a book on me,
uneducated
actually.
swine. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep walking then, I guess. I'm going second.
But no one's giving Terror a book?
I don't
I
have
have
a
my
book.
only book that I couldn't read away.
Okay.
I can't give you my book. It's kind of important.
I gave my only book away.
Who gives a book away?
Yeah, I'm gonna also be like, you gave a fucking book away.
We were gonna get paid for it, sir. So
No, you sold the book. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know.
It's also different if you're giving it to a library as well, because then it's useful stuff.
Very much so.
We
The
gave it
libraries are a
Yeah.
great
that
resource.
they would
They're
know
very
what
good for the
happened.
society.
Jayla, you still have the book, but you've been told not to open it.
Oh, never mind. I can't open it, so I can't give it to you.
Wait, what?
Backlash?
Mhm.
Okay, just checking if you're still here. Right, so, you guys start walking. I'm going
Errol
to
will
change.
take the front.
Peril takes the front. Terror, you did not receive a book from anyone, so you're taking second. Panic and Ibis, how are the two of you walking?
I'm between terror and panic.
Okay. There's Peril, Terror, Panic, and Ibis. No, sorry, Ibis and Panic.
As we're walking, Peril's also going to roll his d12 for the day.
Sure. Roll a d12.
Another whole.
By the way, Peril, how many arrows do you have left? Because you haven't bought arrows a single time during this whole campaign.
You know what? Just because Lantern posted that meme.
Yeah,
So
I
how many
started
arrows do you
wondering.
have left?
Did we not at the start of the campaign say we weren't keeping track of ammo?
No, we didn't.
I could have
You are
swore we had
definitely
that
keeping track of
conversation.
ammo. You're definitely keeping track of ammo. Any shot that misses is an arrow gone.
Oh, I always thought it was half of the shots you took were lost.
Well, there's a chart and a thing you can do. But I think Sadans and I both use the same simple style. You hit, you can recover it. You miss, well, it's gone.
So for simplicity's sake, how many arrows do we want to say I have now?
You have 15
Probably like
arrows
5.
left,
Oh,
Peril.
okay, wow, you're a kind.
And as you take one from your quiver, you put it into the magic quiver, and it goes zub, 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 and you get whatever you get from an 11. You have 14 arrows left.
I'm sorry, what does it do?
Yeah, Terror, you see Peril take a normal arrow, put it into like a special compartment on his very fancy quiver, and there's some like arcane whooshes coming from it, and he pulls out. What do you pull out with an 11?
Holy arrow.
He pulls out like this bright white with a golden tipped arrow, and like what seems like angel feathers, being Asimar feathers on the back of it.
So, you know what I was just thinking, people? I know a really good way we could cover a lot of ground in it. Why don't we all just fly?
One of us could just like grab a hold of Peril, I guess.
No. I can make him fly as well.
How long can you make him fly for?
I just said an hour. Were you not fucking listening to me there, Bird Brain?
No,
Right.
because Nathan didn't hear you say that.
Hoot's still
Neither
learning
did I.
people skills.
Yeah.
No, I said I know a way we can move really fast for an hour.
Okay, I didn't hear that.
I didn't either.
No, I'm just giving you shit anyways.
Hoot's still learning people skills. They're different than books.
I mean, to be fair, books are much easier than people.
Wait, what are you flying with an hour?
What's that?
What are you flying with an hour for? With?
How?
Yes.
Ibis just looks at you with like the look of superiority at being able to fly for as long as he wants.
I'll be like my friend, and then I will pull out my guitar. I have my ways.
I was just trying to think of all the magic he's heard of. It is still confused how you're flying for an hour.
Anyways, plan? We're going through the woods anyways. Why not cut off an hour?
This is just grasslands we're going across, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Plan.
As of right now, you're just walking through like hills, rolling hills.
So how about I'll tell you what, why don't we do it when we get a little closer to the river, so we also can solve that problem at the same time.
Peril is slightly confused at like the increased rate of travel versus when we actually had a timeline.
Confusion.
Will be my epitaph.
See, when we're not traveling with the old man, we just move faster.
It is true, old men walk very slow. And they take a long time to pee.
What's all of yours passive perception, as no one is keeping a watch?
I
18.
wouldn't have to keep watch. You guys
You have
just
an 18
fucking-
passive perception? The fuck?
I have a 17.
Jesus, Mother and Mary.
To be noted, I am holding my bow.
Oh, you're
You-
holding your bow. Right, okay.
You also have to remember he's probably trained in perception, so it's 10 plus whatever.
Yeah, okay,
11.
let's see here. Right, Terror, what's your passive perception? What's your PP?
11.
Panic. Passive perception.
9. Jayla,
But
what's your passive perception?
10.
Okay, so
No,
10,
wait,
11, 17,
That's
and
passive
18.
wisdom. That
No, passive wisdom is passive perception.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, yeah. So a 10, 11, a 17, and 18. Right. Well, surprise, surprise. Peril and Terror. There you see like some dust lifting it in the air. Not behind you from Gillimore. There's not a party of pursuit coming, but from probably around here, moving towards you at a rapid pace, and you can like feel the ground shaking slightly as something is coming towards you.
Do you mean Peril and Ibis?
I do mean, what did I say?
It's a terror.
Sorry. I got another tiefling to play with in my game. Yay! More names that sound the same.
It has a T, not a P.
Peril, terror. There's no correlation at all whatsoever. You're right, Backlash. My
Ta,
apologies.
ta, ta.
Papatata.
Just wait until we
Papatata
shorten
on
it to
you.
Perry
About
and
to
Terry.
fucking TPKO. Something's approaching. Peril and Ibis, you do notice.
I pull out my guitar and I start playing the immigrant song.
And as over the crest of the nearest hill, you see a group of centaurs charging over, going as they run towards you.
You fuckers
And
ready
since
yet?
you, what?
I'm just yelling that out to the crowd. Like, you fuckers
Yeah.
ready yet?
I'm flying.
Uh, okay, Ibis, you shoot off into the air. How high are you flying?
20 feet, and I'm casting Mage Armor on myself.
Mage armor is up. You're up 20 feet in the air. Peril, you also noticed, so you have time to do some sort of prep. What would you like to do before they... Terror and Panic, you guys do nothing. Because you didn't notice, and they didn't say anything to warn you.
Oh, Peril is warning them.
Okay, well. Right, never mind.
I feel like the bird person flying 20 feet in the air and casting stuff on himself may be a warning.
I just thought I noticed them because I said I was playing my guitar.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
No,
So,
all I'm gonna do is
are you guys doing anything?
Yes, I'm casting Fly on Peril.
Levitate on Peril.
Fly.
No, wait, fly, my bad.
Yep. And then, because that's a magic item, I'm going to actually cast Polymorph on myself to turn into a fucking falcon and then fly the fuck straight up in the
You
air.
still concentrate on things you cast through items.
Do we say don't?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
Because you're still the one casting it.
Yeah, so fly is a concentration spell. I looked it up right now.
It
Yeah.
is. It definitely is.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be.
And I just need to check thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, and I don't technically know the spell, so I can't upcast it. Alright. Backup plan. I don't do that, I do this. Right as they charge in front of us and
Okay.
Wisdom save 15.
Did it not go through?
I assume you click the spell. It just says DC 15 Wisdom save.
What about that?
And that its components are a glowing stick of incense or a crystal vial filled with phosphorus
That one work?
material.
Nope.
No, no. I mean, they're popping up. They're popping up. It's
fucking,
just
it's
it
hypnotic
doesn't
pattern.
say
I'm
what
doing
the spell
hypnotic
is.
pattern.
Did you say hypnotic pattern?
Yes.
Hypnotic pattern. Okay, well, let me just look up that spell real quick.
I'll post it in chat for you.
Yep.
It's weird that that's not working properly.
It's also weird that it's not selecting the word concentration. I do this, but okay.
Mm. Each creature receives Okay. How do you cast this? As these centaurs, they're like surrounding you, like the whole, the Indians surrounding a
Oh, they're already
caravan, like
surrounding
closing
us?
in as they're riding around.
They're already surrounding us? Okay. Never mind then. I thought they were still approaching.
This is escalating quickly.
One second, let me just check here. No, if you wanted to cast it as they're approaching, you can, but you don't have very much. You don't have very much time as they are moving very fast.
Well, it's got a 120-foot range, and I figured, like, while they're still grouped up in a somewhat group.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
kind of, dropping it in the
Okay,
middle to catch as many as I
is
could.
a DC 15 Wisdom save, and it says every creature.
Every creature,
Each
30-foot
creature.
cube.
Right. Okay.
With my
Well, I'm
18
going to
passive
roll.
perception, do I get to know numbers?
Uh,
before I go?
Sure. I mean, you can roll a perception for me. To see if you can quickly count
To
how many.
actively count.
17. Okay, that's very good. So you count probably around 20 centaurs. This is the first time seeing centaurs, by the way. Half horse, half human.
Are they not
Kind
the
of weird.
same as the Oh no, satyrs don't have the back half.
No, satyrs are just the goat legs. Centaurs are the full horse.
So how does a centaur ride a centaur?
Leave. Don't. No. Out.
Well, a centaur is a medium creature, and a medium creature can ride a centaur, so technically a centaur can ride it.
No, we've been over this. There's been memes posted. There's been no.
Right.
This,
well, let
this
me
goes
just
in the folder with how Ibis's wings and arms work.
He has wings.
And arms.
Wow, they're rolling well.
Things you don't want to hear your DM say.
Like, I mean, there's rolling well, and then there's this. Holy shit. Okay.
Really don't hear you.
First spell I
As
cast,
this group of
useless.
20 centaurs is racing towards you, you throw out your hypnotic pattern. I'm gonna say your party isn't affected at this moment
I can
because
choose.
it's far away.
Yeah.
You can choose.
Yeah, I can also choose.
Each creature in the area. I don't see that it says that you can choose.
Oh, is that the other one?
I don't think any of the hypnotics you can choose on.
Sadons? I'm sorry, I'm just now bringing this up. They all have disadvantage.
Oh, why?
My guitar. Any and all charm spells I cast with it, they have. People have disadvantage against my charm spells if I use that to cast it.
Okay, well, let me roll 20 dice again.
Yeah, that's specifically why I have so many charm spells. Is because people have disadvantage against my charms.
So they've already failed. There's that. Let me check something.
And I'm trying to think what's the other spell I was thinking of.
Okay.
Another AoE charm that you can choose.
I think I know the spell you're thinking of. I just can't
find it.
remember which one it is.
It's like a level 2 spell. I don't think I end up picking it up though.
Hypnotic spray.
Nope. Not hypnotic or color spray.
Chromatic orb.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's not hypnotic. It's a different one. So as you cast this spell, about half of the group just suddenly stops and comes to like a trot, as the rest of them, the remaining 10, approach and start encircling you and like looking to their fellows, and a very large centaur, larger than the rest of them, comes up, draws a bow, and pulls like a arrow, probably the size of like like the scorpions, like a javelin. Well, very big arrow is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And aims it towards you, Terror, and says, "What did you do? Release them!"
I'm gonna need you all to back up away. I will drop the spell when you guys leave us alone. We're just simply trying to walk through here.
You will drop the spell because I tell you to.
Tell you, can we come to a mutual agreement here, my friend?
Mutual agreement, my. One second. Just gotta get my
You're good.
notes here. Yeah, right. The centaur looks to you and calls out like the large, this darker, larger than the other centaur. Who treads upon the land of the proud Euryalus and the harass of the sky tramplers? Who dares befoul the ground with their presence without his permission? The lads whom our forefathers have ridden for all memory, and his children shall ride for all future to come.
I'm gonna turn him like, hey, what do you chuckle fucks call yourself? Look around and be like, we are just an anomalous group of Mavericks walking around trying to make our way to the next city.
No one treads through our lands without permission. You have not asked permission. For this offense, you must die.
Okay, okay. Hold up here, my friend.
Archibald mean anything?
The centaur falters slightly. Archibald. I know of Archibald. Are you with the Ebon Shroud?
We are?
Prove it. Produce your token of passage.
I'm gonna look to
Pulls
Terror.
out the letter that we're supposed to take to Archfell?
The letter to Arkfell?
Oh, I'm gonna fucking start shaking. I'm like, hey, the fucking thingy. Did you pick it up? I'm just shaking the shit out of Peril. Did you fucking pick it up?
The clay token is not from them.
Fucking try.
Because I'm assuming the letter is gonna have the stamp of the Ebon Shroud.
No, the letter is not for the Ebon Shroud. That's for Jean Baptiste.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, sorry.
Also, I have it, so.
I'll be like, you did not pick it up. Oh. See, then, my friend. We made the simple mistake. We are not from this area. I'm not even from this planet. So, I first off, spear, I would put it down. I don't know about these other horned fellows over here, but I know me for a fact. You hit me, you will burst into fire. It just happens. No. Secondly, it's all just a misunderstanding. I can drop the spell, and at this time, the time would be getting pretty close on my hypnotic pattern anyway, so I'll act like I'm doing it, and if it's not up, I will do it at the same time. Be like, look, I'll drop the spell, and I drop the hypnotic pattern if it's still up. And be like, it's just a misunderstanding. Is there anything we can do to maybe help you? I and this our fine feathered friend over here are magically inclined. We can help you magically. We have I'm gonna look around and be like, a big lady for moving things. I assume I mean, she is very strong. I don't need to assume. I know for a fact, obviously, she's, and he's gonna kind of like flex. We have
This whole time,
gold.
he's just staring blank at you, like you do not get a read of this centaur.
Look, the other option is...
So you're not with the Ebon Shroud then? You're not from the stone fortress of Gillimore and the honorable cause of the Ebon Shroud?
Okay. I literally just showed up to this planet yesterday. I don't know the Ebon Shroud. These fine folks may honestly be from there. I just met them yesterday also. Imagine that. Me personally, I don't have a fucking clue about much of anything in life right now, my friend.
Peril, roll an intelligence check real quick. $16, okay.
That is way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. I mean, the clay token did have the sign of a horseshoe on it. You remember as you put it away.
Ibis has it.
I don't
No.
have that.
Peril has it
Oh,
in the bag
Peril.
of holding.
Oh, okay.
Peril
Then,
has it in the bag.
Peril will take the clay token out.
And what do you do with it?
Hold it up like a badge.
Okay. As soon as you do, the demeanor of the centaur immediately shifts. And he goes, Ah, so you are with them after all. Well, why didn't you just say so? This could all have been avoided, Master Tiefling.
Can I...
Now then, in that case, and he pulls the bow on his back, what would you like to do, Terror?
Can Terror assume that it's his awesome persuasion and not notice what Peril just did?
Sure.
God, see, isn't that the problem? I knew we'd come to a mutual agreement, all misunderstanding.
In that case, Master Tiefling, and he walks straight past you, Terror, and extends a hand to
I'm gonna
Peril.
have a hand out.
Hop aboard. You are dining with us tonight. We are friends, and we shall have trade, and we shall have festivities. And he goes, Canonia, Sinios, Orelos, take the other three.
Before we do that, which way are you heading? Because we're heading that way.
Then you are in luck. We live just by the crossing of the Bedcork River and Hardine Woods.
Okay.
I cast flying myself. Go to the air.
Okay,
So,
you
like...
fly into the air. Peril, he grabs you like by the forearm and just pulls you up. Obviously done this before. And before you know it, you're sitting on the back of the centaur. And he says, hold on, but mind the nipples.
Peril really wants to ask what is culturally appropriate in this situation to hang on to.
Abs work, Master.
First off, Jayla, you're muted. I can hear you yelling in the other room. You are still muted.
No, I am not.
No,
I've
you're not.
Now
been
you're
unmuted.
now you're not. Now you're not muted.
I can't breathe.
And then secondly, after hearing that, Terra's gonna be like, oh fucking, and then go up in the air. is Ibis joining me?
Yeah, I'm flying.
I'm also joining them. I'm good.
Snake and Ibis, you guys fly off, and as you start moving this direction, Terror, you're like flying, and then after 10 minutes, you're like, no, 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 as you start slowly descending, and like this horse just looks up, like the centaur looks up and like lines himself up so that you'll land on his back when you descend,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
because
I
it's
turned into a
concentration up to
falcon.
10 minutes, right?
I turned into a falcon.
You turn into a fucking oh, as you soar into the air again. You guys travel peril.
We
It
live
is
right
going
up
very.
around
By
the
the way,
corner.
what are you
fucking
guys'
10 minutes,
travel
liars.
speed
Do we have a choice if
when
we're
you're
on
flying?
the centaur?
No, the flying people's speed.
Oh, mine is
I'm sorry,
40.
it's a hawk. 60.
Oh wait,
Jayla,
I
yours
don't
is
know because
30.
they're shoes.
Yours is 30. It's the winged boots. I'll post it.
Confusion.
Mine is my movement speed, so it's 30.
Yeah, because these people are moving fast. They are going. Let me see here. At 40 feet. Galloping through the open grassy fields.
Mine is 60, so I'm gonna be kind of staying towards the front.
Yep. Flying speed equal to walking speed. Panic, you are falling behind, and in the end, you have to make a choice: either lose the group or consent to riding a centaur.
Nope. I'll come back and fly with her.
Thank you.
Okay.
Flying speed. Wait, isn't Panic's walking speed 40?
Yeah, centaur walking speed is 40. Base walking
No,
speed
Panic.
40.
Isn't
She's
Panic's?
barbarian.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Sorry, you're a barbarian, so your speed is 40. Never mind, you're keeping pace.
I would be falling behind
I
because
will
mine is only 30.
still go back a little more begrudgingly, though. And I'm going
You'll
to
be a
in bird
blue
speak
and red.
out and be like, "Oh, you fucking slow bastard! Come on, let's go." But it's in bird, so it's really just like screech, screech, caw caw.
I'm picturing you just flying circles around him like laps.
Ibis just looks at you. You make fun of me for being a bird and then turn into one. I don't get you.
Caw caw caw, screech. Fuck you, shut up.
As you guys travel for a few hours, a few hours, sorry, 2 hours, you arrive about here. You can now see, like from the air, Ibis, Peril, Ibis, Terror, Panic. You can all see the river. It's wide, but it's definitely fordable. Doesn't seem too deep. And you arrive basically a camp. There's like tents all around. There are, or what they would probably call stables. Peril, as you slide off the back of Eurylis, you know saddle sores?
No?
Okay. Your legs have been splayed on the back of a horse for a long time with no saddle, and you've been bouncing up and down. Your butt's in pain.
Oh, if that's anything like the first ride on a motorcycle of the year, I know exactly what that is then.
Yeah, probably.
It's like that, but 10 times worse.
Yeah, it's like that,
Yeah.
except for your legs are spread the whole time.
And the other problem is you don't have a saddle, so it's even
Yeah.
worse.
Like IRL, I don't go near horses. They're demonic creatures that look out the side of their head.
Those things are fucking huge. I
Horses
don't
are
like
great.
horses because of the sheer size of them.
The irony is my family used to train and breed and race horses at the track too, but I don't go near horses.
Yeah, my grandma had her face kicked in by a horse, so yeah.
So, as you guys have arrived at the camp, I'm going to move us over here. This should be completely blank for you and white. And then I'm going to reveal what Eurylis looks like. Because he looks a bit like this.
Oh my god, white screen. Haven't seen this in a long time.
It's
All
bright.
right.
I try to keep the backgrounds interesting.
It's bright.
Well,
Okay, but did the thing appear that makes it not completely white anymore?
No.
yeah,
What?
there's.
Zoom out and relocate yourself to the top left corner.
Oh yes.
There we go.
I have a 9 intelligence. Leave me alone.
It's fine. It's fine.
I have a higher thingy.
Yeah, you do. You do. Anyways. That's what Eurylis looks like. And as you arrive into camp, Pearl, you clutching onto his abs. And you slide off, you all
abs,
land.
no nips.
There's nipples, just zoom.
Oh no,
Why?
I'm talking about his hands. I'm talking about his hands.
Too early for this.
Oh, right, sorry. He calls out, Sinios! Prepare a feast, we have friends for dinner. And he turns to you, for eating with us, not for dinner. We're not animals, though we might appear as so.
I mean, technically we're all animals, but you know, whatever.
He just seems to ponder that for a moment.
This is coming from a devil, so take that as you will.
I'm a bird person.
He is a fucking bird. I was just a bird too.
He snaps his finger into the finger gun towards Ibis and goes, yes. And he walks off. And you guys see them start to prepare large amounts
I'm gonna
of
turn
food.
to Ibis and be like, what the fuck is the finger gun? That's a finger crossbow. These guys are so weird.
I'm very confused.
I really am. I thought you were odd, but these guys are something else.
You talk to yourself. What do you mean I'm odd?
What? I don't talk to myself.
You guys are talking to yourselves now.
We're talking to each other.
I'm talking to Terror.
Yeah, I'm talking to him.
Hey, Panic, we were having a private conversation. Why are you putting in on a private conversation?
Whatever.
I wouldn't piss her
As
off.
the
She
day
looks like she
passes,
can punch
at this
us in the
point,
face.
you had been walking for about 3 hours. You rode now and flew for 2 hours. It's probably getting to a bit past midday. And they seem to be preparing a feast for the evening. And while you wait, like some centaurs come over. There's both male and female here. They come over with like a basket with berries and nuts, some snacks to keep you waiting. And a older female satyr. I'm gonna reveal what she looks like.
Satyr?
No, sorry, centaur. My bad. This time. Walks over and introduces herself as Canonia. Oh wait, why am I not doing this? That's stupid. I can just do this, show that, so you actually have the names. That's Eurylis.
I'm gonna wait for this
And
man
that's
to introduce
Sinios.
her.
Sorry?
I'm gonna wait for this man to introduce her.
Well, the man is off chopping wood for a fire, but as she walks over, she's a bit older than she looks in the picture. She goes, I am Sinios. It is a pleasure to have friends over for food. Well, eating with you. We don't eat humans or other creatures anymore since the council. Would you like to do some trade?
I will
Don't
go up and
I want
I
to get
will
eaten.
extend my hand to her as like a handshake.
As you extend it upwards because her
Yep.
hand is probably like if she just has her hand hanging at the side, it's at like your head level.
I mean, I am 6 feet tall. But
Okay,
yes.
so it's about at your chest. As you extend your hand upward, she grasps it firmly. Seems to be strong.
And then I will do the cheesy ass kiss the back of the hand and then be like, it is an honor to meet such a beautiful lady as yourself here.
It's not often we get these cultured people among us. It's mostly archaeologists and trespassers. I see it's fine that even the Ebon Shroud is picking up some culture from all that culture they're mining. Would you like to engage in trade? I have magical amulets.
I
It is what I
have
make. It's what the nature
0
provides.
currency.
Oh, I don't take money. I said trade, not buying.
I have nothing. Guys, this is for you, and I'm just gonna go sit down.
She does like the how horses kneel down, like first the back legs and then the front legs down to what would be the kneecap, except it's horse legs. And she rolls out a small tarp, and on it is 3 amulets. And she points to each one and says, "This is the amulet of faith, of life, and of the weave." And she explains to you in non-metagaming terms that the amulet of faith, basically, once per day, instead of rolling a d20, you flip a coin or roll a d2. Heads, you have a critical success. Tails, you have a critical failure. That's
So
the amulet
Carol
of
just
faith.
rolls D20.
You have my interest.
Yeah. The amulet of life means that if you drink a healing pot, you roll an extra 1d6. The amulet of weave is 2 times a day. You can call upon a wild magic surge.
What's a wild magic surge?
I would like.
Basically, a wild magic surge. Has anyone played a wild magic sorcerer?
I know
I
about
know what
them.
it does.
Okay,
I'm
so
getting like Neath vibes here.
Is it a? It's not. Is it the font of inspiration, or you roll on the table?
no, this is you roll on the table.
Okay.
So basically, backlash. There's like
Okay.
a
No,
table. You roll
I
a
got.
d100.
I got this. I got this.
And,
You
and
remember?
then
You remember the raw ult? Because the
Yes.
barbarian had to roll on that table. He was a wild
Uh-huh.
magic barbarian. Wild magic. There you go.
yeah, you roll on the wild magic table, and a random effect happens depending on what you roll. It can be really good. It can be slightly bad.
Good
You
raw
have my
ult.
And
interest.
the wild magic table is not as crazy as the in-game one. It's slightly edited down
Is there
to
a
be
raw
like
ult?
less able to kill you immediately.
Is there a raw ult in that table?
I want that. It's so bad.
So those are the 3. So those are the 3 amulets she's offering: amulet of faith, not faith, fate. Sorry, that's my bad. Amulet of fate, amulet of life, and amulet of weave.
What kind of things do you trade for most of the time?
Magical items, anything magical, I will gladly take. Anything that might be beneficial to our tribe.
One
Magic for
second.
magic, doesn't that seem fair?
I literally
One
just have my
second.
2
I'm
starter
looking at
items.
something. Would you take a spell scroll?
A spell scroll, unfortunately, is quite too expendable. I'll have to ask for something more permanent.
I don't have anything.
Does a necklace of arcane focus interest
Actually,
A necklace of arcane focus. Now we're getting somewhere. That's still not quite the. It doesn't have any properties, I believe, that we can use. But we're getting somewhere.
Terry's going through his backpack. He's like, I got rope, I got paper, I got a quill.
I have a staff of bud song.
Oh, now that I will take. That's quite interesting. We can use that for. Well, we can use that for capturing birds, probably. Create a enclosure. I will be willing to trade that.
I got some beef jerky that I was just given earlier. I got a water skin.
Ibis,
I
would you
have
like to trade in
potions.
your staff of bird call?
I'm trying to think about how useful that could be, and I feel like it's not super useful, but it was unique. But I really want the necklace and random stuff to happen.
I have
Yeah,
healing things.
Okay. You give her the staff of Birdcall, and as you remember, this was given to you by like your family when you left, and you're like, "Thank you, family. This you have given me this much better item instead." In a way, you try to reason with yourself to not feel guilt, as you are elated as you're given the amulet of Weave.
If Peril knew that there was a family connection to that item, he'd be very disappointed.
But you don't.
And that is why I said if Peril knew.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I could really trade is some of like the healing potions I have, and maybe rope.
I would not trade the healing potions.
Yeah, because death is not something we need.
How many healing potions would you be willing to offer? Because we do have the amulet of life for direct life. I mean, that's a reasonable trade, I would say.
I mean, I will give one of my healing potions. Just
I would be willing to give this to you for 3. Remember, you will make it up quite quickly by the amount of healing you will receive. For 3 healing potions, I will give you the amulet of life.
I'm good. I'm not trading anything. I'm good. Probably a bad decision, but I'm good.
And how about the rest of yous?
I'm literally sitting there with my pockets turned inside out, a backpack half empty. Like
Yeah.
I got a silver flask. He's just looking he's like empty coin purse. It's nice, beautiful leather.
She like smiles at you politely, but there's like a twist at the corner of her mouth as she's like, "No."
Yeah, I'm like, I told you, ma'am, I have no money, so I don't know why you didn't look at me in the first place. Or the second place, I should say.
I mean, we have some Kruthic teeth.
What? Tara's just gonna look at you like, what?
Some weird creature we killed in the mountains. I don't know if
Sorry,
it's
Ibis.
you.
Ibis, what did you say?
I said we have Kruthic teeth.
Oh, Kruthic teeth. I believe those can. Interesting. I would say, how many Kruthic teeth do you have?
How many did we get? Because I didn't put down
Well,
anything.
you had a very large amount, but I believe you only took like 2 from the large one.
Yeah, I took like a hand from it. I just put down a couple of Kruthic teeth.
Yeah. So you put down like the big teeth from the big guy, and they're like hive-load teeth even. We have to travel to Tyrigard if we want to get these. That will save us effort, time. I'm gonna say that's part of an item, yeah. If you have anything more to offer to sweeten the deal, I would be willing to trade.
We have ogre's heart, toes. We have like half an assembled ogre.
I mean, oh shit. She didn't take the ogre arms.
No,
They're in the
Oh,
bag of holding.
we have two. We have stone giant arms as well.
oh, you killed a stone giant. That's quite the feat.
It really was not that hard.
I'm just looking at all this shit that we have.
Peril, do you have anything in the bag of holding that you can add to the pile?
I still have that storm giant potion that I forgot about.
No.
Potion of Storm Giant Strength.
Above game, Jayla, you have your gloves.
I
I
have
like my gloves.
what
I
I am
think-
just labeling as mystery potion.
Is that the one
Wait,
Yes, that is
Are
that
you?
one.
you should?
but he doesn't know, so it is just a mystery potion.
It is a mystery potion.
Oh no!
As you pull out the mystery potion, she goes, "Oh, what's this?"
That's gonna be so bad.
It was not labeled when I received it.
Is
Does-
it spice, mayhaps? We need some spice for the feast tonight.
Probably a lot
I
of
could-
peanut and curry
Do
up in
not
there.
know.
I could tell you if you gave me 10 minutes with it.
Oh no! You don't know.
Certainly.
That's the best part.
Would you mind identifying it?
Yeah.
Peril, do you give Ibis the bottle?
I like it better as a mystery.
I
I don't think
made
it should go in dinner though.
Shut up. That's so
Maybe
meta.
not in the food.
You would identify.
You don't know what it is.
You
It is
would
mystery to
identify
us.
it.
This is still, if it's mystery, do you just put mystery stuff into your food?
Put ketchup in my food.
This is
Just
your
as bad.
brother.
We don't know if it's a spice. We don't know what it is. It is just a mysterious liquid.
But you put mysterious liquids
Alright.
in your
You
food.
would
And backlash.
obviously-
Would Peril not want that identified? Not
Yeah.
you. I know you don't. Would Peril not want that identified?
I mean, Peril has the wand of identification still.
He does. Yeah.
He probably just never thought to do it to the potion.
It's in the corner of the bag of his brother's stuff.
He's like, man, it was underneath the thing, and it's in a bag, like.
Can we just gamble on the mystery item and deal with identifying it later?
Not if it's going in my
Your-
food.
It's your item. If you don't want to trade, you don't want to trade. I mean, Backlash, you do, if you are interested in the amulet, you do now have a person in the party that can cast Identify. So the wand of identification might not be as useful anymore. Just something to think about.
That's true.
As we learned earlier, squishies are expendable.
Squishies
I might
is
die.
Sometimes a solid item is worth more.
I think I've taken 20 damage the whole time I've been here so far, so
Just wait until he starts this weird
The
obsession with
DM
strength
has
saving
not
throws.
started targeting you.
I mean, the stone giant did hurl a boulder at you that would have instant knocked you out, but still.
Me flashing back to the
Uh-huh.
Tanya taking 90 damage last game.
Yeah, yeah.
Ibis has been real good about staying though. Everything.
It's almost like he's a wizard. Okay, so
Alright, I have
Peril, you
18
don't have
AC.
anything you
Does
want
a
to you don't
29
have
hit
anything you want to trade
Oh, fuck.
for any of the amulets?
The necklace of arcane focus. I'd toss that in as a partial deal with
What-
one health
what-
potion with Jayla's.
I'm gonna peek up when you mention Necklace of Arcane Focus. Like, hold up here, bud. Hold up, my friend. What does that do exactly? Why don't we identify this? That sounds like what we should identify.
It's an arcane focus.
Is it just an arcane focus? Okay.
Yeah, it's just an arcane focus.
It's whatever Pain had.
Oh, so it's that red gem?
Ruby, yeah. Like red gem, arcane focus.
Peril has taken no time to actually learn what it is or does because it's, in Pain's pocket of the bag. He just knows it's there.
So my guitar be like, I guess I don't really need an arcane focus, but that is and I got my own brooch on already. That's a ruby as well. He's like, it is a good necklace.
If you're willing to throw in that necklace, the Cryptic Teeth, and a health potion, I can give you 1 amulet for that.
Harold, look at the other two.
It's fine with me. I personally can't use the teeth.
Panic?
Kara's gonna look behind. Yeah, I was like, what? Not me, right?
Do you need one? I can give you one. I don't know. Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so Ibis right off the teeth, Peril right off the arcane focus, Panic right off the potion. And would you like the amulet of fate or the amulet of life?
Do you even have to ask that question to Backlash?
Backlash, would you like the amulet of fate or the amulet of life?
The amulet of life, and I will give it to Panic.
I'll be
That's
like,
great.
wait, stop, everybody,
Confusion.
stop. Let's hold up here. What about this? And I'll pull out my wand.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I do stuff. Thank God.
You pull out your
Now,
wand, yeah?
this is a pretty powerful item. What my
Okay.
question for you is, how many amulets would you give me for this? Because I'm thinking it's worth at least 3.
Well, there's only 2
If
left.
not 4. Well, that's why I'm trying to stop you before you do the trade. Why there's still...
Roll a persuasion check. Terror. "23, very good." She considers you and says, "Well, I've never traded more than 1 item for 1 item, but it is a
May-
powerful offensive item,
May
as
I
you said.
make
will
a
give you-
demonstration for you?
What you say, Terror?
I'm like, a demonstration. And then
Please.
I'll explain the spell Magic Missile, about how it's an auto-hitting spell.
Mhm.
I'll explain the charges so she understands how it works, and how I'm going to even reserve 1 so it will not break. Then explain how it will be unusable for the next couple days, but I guarantee her that it'll come back.
Mhm.
And then
Do you fire
I
off
ask
any? Do you
for
fire off any magic
anybody
missiles?
to throw anything.
You can shoot it at me and I can block it for you.
Okay. Then I'll ask Ibis to fly up in the air. I'll be a real showman about this too. I'll put on the grand scheme, like blindfold, everything. Like I'll have like a general idea where he's at, so I can do the disadvantage attack, which would normally do that, but you know, because you can attack what you can't see.
Yep.
And then I'll even try to do a bit of a twirl, then like Freddie Mercury, my wand straight up in the air, and then just let it fire off in whatever direction he is.
Yeah, and it flies off like in the wrong direction, and then immediately like goes off a meter, then aims itself directly at Ibis, going straight for him.
When it's about to hit me, I'll cast shield. So
Well, isn't magic missile an auto hit?
Yes, but
shield
shield
blocks
stops.
magic missile.
It does. Okay. Yeah, great. You cast shield, and poof, the missile just disperses around like the
Missiles.
circular
I'm
shield.
dropping all. I'll have to look to see how many it is, but it's like 6 dice, all except the 1 charge. It's like 6 magic missiles.
Okay,
Isn't
well,
it 8 charges?
I would have to check the exact charges. I don't have that uprated. It's
you do so,
numerous.
and as she seems very impressed with her persuasion check, and she goes, "Very well, that will be certainly an asset to the tribe. I am willing to give you the remaining amulets."
Then I will look to the party because this item has some value to me, and I'll be like, you can pay me back. And I will hand over the wand.
you are given one in each hand, the Amulet of Fate and the Amulet of Life. The Amulet of Fate being like, what's that called? When there's like, okay, so it's circular, and there's an outer ring, and then there's a flat, like circular, like almost like a coin inside, and it's on a rod, so you can flip it, basically imitating the coin flip.
Oops. Sorry. And by the way, it was 7, so I would have shot out 6 blast. Trying to delete it right now, though. You know what's
So
sad?
what you now have both amulets.
Real quickly. I want to get above game. This is the second time I've had this item, right? Because bringing this guy back. The first campaign I played him, right? I bought the wand. I never got to use it. Instead, I handed it off to someone else to use, right? I don't remember the exact circumstances, but it's better for him to use it. He then turns around, dumps all 7 charges after I asked him not to. Granted, it was the boss fight, but it was like in character for me to be like, don't do this, don't break it. He rolls a nat 1, it shatters. Right. So then my character would have went out and rebought another one. Because the whole time he's like, I want this one. And now, before I even get to use it, besides that one shell, gone.
Doesn't Wand of Magic Missile upcast in levels, not the number of missiles?
Yeah, when you upcast the level, it does more missiles.
Well, yeah, so the first level will be 3, and then it's so...
Oh, okay, so yeah, I guess it's not 6. It would have been an additional it would have been 8 that shot out. Basically, imagine a Roman candle all at once.
That you shot out or that you shot out? Because I'm pretty sure I heard the second one.
Shot. That I shot out.
Okay, right. Well, Terror, you now have both amulets of Fate and Life. Do you keep them yourself, or do you give them one to anyone?
Wait, it was just the 2? I thought the remaining, the 3.
No, the third one was already bought for the Staff of Bird Calls.
I thought there was 4 in total.
There was only 3.
There's 3 in total. Of Fate, of Life, and the Weave.
Faith. Oh, I thought it was Fate, Faith, Weave, and Life.
No, there's only Fate. There's no Faith.
No Faith. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you reconsider your offer and trade?
Yeah, we're already here, I guess.
Because, like, out of character, the Fate one was totally, like, me loving the idea of it. I don't know if Peril would have been actually interested in it, but Peril wants the Life one to give to Panic. And the reason why he wanted to trade the amulet that he had of his brothers was so that this would be, like, a way of having her brother or their brother looking after Panic, so there's less of a chance of him losing her.
I don't. Which one did you want?
The Life.
I don't remember which one that one did, because I wanted the Fate one.
Life is 1 extra D6 if you drink a heal pot. Fate is once per day. Instead of rolling a D20, you flip a coin, and it's either a critical success or a critical failure.
I want that one to make Sadon's life difficult.
Sure.
No, just because then you
By the way, I'll just say this. Don't you dare. That will not work with your lucky feet.
Okay, I was going to like,
just
so I'm going to make you. Alright, now what about my sorcerer when I become Clockwork Sorcerer?
That's an interesting question.
Okay, what about my Clockwork Amulet I already have?
You can only use 1 amulet at a time. You can't use... I mean, the Clockwork Amulet won't work on the Amulet of Fate. How would that work?
I don't know. I was just being difficult. I already told you this.
I know.
So mine is twice a day. I can roll.
Alright. So,
Search.
In game now, I'm just gonna kind of hold on to the amulet. Now, both of them. I'll
Mm-hmm.
I use the clockwork one like a pocket watch, right? I like always have been.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will. How's this one look? What's this amulet look like?
So the amulet of fate or life? Which one?
Fate.
Fate. Fate looks like what I described, like the circular. It's circular. And there's like an outer ring, and then there's the inner platter, which is on a rod, and you can spin it like the rod inside, and that's what activates it.
I'm not really getting what
And
you're
then you
saying
spin
here.
it, and it either lands front or back, depending on which.
So
If
it
it's
kind.
a fail or a success.
I guess I'm not picking up what it looks like. It's just an amulet though. It doesn't look like
Yeah,
gaudy.
it's just
I'll just
no.
put
It's
it
a
on.
flat circular amulet, and the large middle portion is flippable.
Oh, it's like one of the spinning coin amulets. Got it.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay. That makes it so much easier. Yeah. Oh, then I'll definitely be putting that
Let
on
me see.
because
Looking it up.
it won't clash with my brooch. Is what I was worried about.
I am posting in Discord approximately what it looks like.
But I totally know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, that's good. It's in general.
Yep.
Ooh, that looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when you were bringing up the post, that was like throwing me all off about this. I got it.
Yep. The
Uh,
amulet of life is a more like traditional carved wooden amulet with like an inlaid red paint.
so yeah. Like I said, I'll just kind of hold on to
You'll
both.
hold on to
I'll put
both
the
for
one
now.
till Peril makes the actual conversation.
Sure. Thenios rolls up the tarp that had the amulet and packs it back up and puts it like on her back. You notice that the centaurs have like contraptions on their back for carrying stuff, like almost like attachable wagons. Not wagons, but like plates on their back for carrying larger loads. And she goes, "Well, it was a great pleasure trading with you, and I hope these amulets will be of your assistance to you." And the day progresses as you're supposed to eat just as the sun has set. Would anyone like to talk to any centaurs or each other?
Uh, well, what are we doing? Did they kind of just have like campfire dinner type thing?
Yeah, there's a large campfire, and have set out chairs for the four of you,
I
and
would say
like a table, but the table is like you feel like a child sitting at the table because it's like at your chin, and you have to raise your arms to take anything off the table. For them, though, it's a perfect height.
I'll ask
Could
if they'll be offended if I just sit on the ground because the table's a bit
They wouldn't be
uncomfortable.
offended, but you wouldn't reach the table.
No, that's what I mean. Like take my food and sit on the ground because it's uncomfortable.
Eh, They're like, you do you. You're friends, you're guests. You're free to do what
All
you
right,
like.
well then I will sit more comfortable, all crisscross applesauce style.
Mm-hmm.
Could I talk to Terror separately?
Well, hop
Sure,
on the
yeah. If
fucking
you want
ground.
to, if terror allows you to take him off to the side, sure.
I'm under the table. I'm under the table. Come join me.
I meant before we went to eat.
Yeah. Anything you want to do before the feast, go ahead.
Terror, could I talk to you for a moment?
I mean, we're talking now, my friend.
Earlier, when we showed you the map, you were kind of speaking to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and you said something to yourself about should you show the book or just look at it yourself?
Yep.
What do you mean show the map to your boat?
So if the book can see it, so the book knows what I'm talking about.
Wow, you really are a prodigy at explaining, aren't you, Terrence? Caw.
What do you
It's a gift.
What do you mean your book can see it?
I mean, yeah, I'd hold it up and the book sees, and that was the curious. But that's not actually how the book sees. The book just sees what I see. So, like, if I just look, that's why I looked over, did the whole lean thing, and then the book saw it. So now we're good.
Are you okay?
My friend, I put my hand on
Is
his
your
shoulder. I
Wait,
am amazing.
is
You
your
leave
is your
fucking
book
lost.
cursed?
That's a good question. If only I knew the identify spell, I would check it out. But don't. And the only person
I
I've seen here who's magically inclined so far is a real asshole elf man. So I've been pretty SOL.
I have the identify spell.
Oh, that's good. I thought you were a lovely wizard. I love only seen you cast shield so far. Though I guess, for a lot of wizards, identify is kind of a beginner spell too. But that is very kind of you.
Am I being insulted for being a wizard?
What? No. I assumed.
Could I see your book for
I hand him the book.
Okay.
I will.
As you open the book, do you open the book, Ibis?
Wait a
I
minute.
would like to
Flashbacks.
cast identify on it first.
Uh-oh.
Okay, before you touch it, or do you take the book from Terror?
Well, I handed him the book. Like,
I
Okay.
would.
hand.
I would have to touch it to cast the spell. So.
Gotcha. Never gotten you in trouble before, has it? As you take the book, it's a beautiful book, but it's completely blank inside. There's nothing. But as you cast Identify, you don't get a name from the book, but you do get the sense of some very, very, very powerful magic. You get the sense that this is artifact level of powerful magic. Nothing like you've ever felt before. And you get the sense that there's something in the book, a mind, something sentient.
Why is everything you people have alive? Can we
But
just have something that isn't alive and is just a thing?
uh, I have a.
Is something living in your book? Because this is very powerful magic.
I don't know if it's in the book. Are you in the book?
Well, yeah,
Are you in the book? You in my head? Are you in both? How's this work here?
I'm still here. I prefer, though, if you don't hand me to people. You never know. I mean, this owl folk seems kind enough, and as he touches the book, I
Oh,
see
yeah.
everything about him. He's harmless, but I would prefer if you didn't just hand me away, at least without asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that book back now, he said. And he also didn't really tell me. He said he's here now. So, both?
who is here? What?
That's right, my friend.
If you want to tell him, feel free to do so. Just pick me back up, please.
And then I take the book back. He's like, have you ever heard of uh bunk?
For
How?
goodness sake, it's Vunks.
I'm not fucking sorry. You've only told me your name once. Jesus Christ. I was like in a dream, I think. Was I dreaming?
No, it's not a dream. It's a alternate reality. Anyways, my full
No,
name, if you wonder, it's actually Vanksajögon Dövanax. But you can call me Vanks for ease.
Write that out for me.
Sure. V U N
No, that was above
X.
game.
Actually, you know what? Just open the book.
Yep, okay. Hey,
As
and
you
I open the book.
open the
Have you ever
pages,
heard of? And then I flip through.
as you open the pages, this name appears.
Vunks Ejurgon Derwanax.
Have I ever heard of
It's
that name?
ancient celestial. I'm
No,
not the best
no.
at that.
Ancient dragonborn name, but no, you have not heard of that.
It's
You
ancient
identify that it's a
draconic.
dragonborn name, because who else bothers having names like that? But you have never heard it.
Yeah, it's dragonborns. You know, they have interesting names. And I don't speak Elvish. That's right, Common Elvish Infernal.
Okay.
Wait, Ibis, don't you speak Draconic?
I believe I do.
I believe you do too. You would know that his name could translate to record keeper.
Alrighty then. Is there a way I could speak to whoever you're speaking to as well?
I mean, it's not noticeable, but Terror looks up. I don't have pupils, but he looks up.
Yeah. Vanks goes, well, once I've chosen my host, which is you, Terrence, I can't connect to anyone else until you perish or want me to be gone. But you can talk like this, I guess.
Yeah, he's listening.
What do you... I'm so confused. What do you mean? Your name means record keeper?
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Tell Mr. Noctis that I am known as the record keeper in our realm, Terror.
He said it's the record keeper. If you look at the O and the N at the end, that actually turns it into the. If it was that wasn't there, it would be record keeper, but it's there, so it's the record keeper. Hey, don't look at me. I don't speak the language, and I'm just gonna put my hands up.
I am confused very, very rarely in my life. And I'm so confused right now.
Also, your last name's Goofy. Well, he didn't say that. I said that.
Ask him, if you may, how Herodias is doing for me.
Okay, Herodias? How's Herodias?
Who was her?
Herodias is your father, Ibis.
How do you know my dad's name?
That's a real good question here, fuckhead. I thought you didn't know anything about this place.
Why, he touched a book. I know everything about him.
Oh, he knows your life now, bud. Hey, he wants to touch my book and learn all their deep, dark secrets. And I kind of look around the crowd.
There's like one centaur who raises up. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Not you, bud. No.
Aww.
Satirical. Rhetorical.
Why are you here then?
Oh, he wants to see stuff. He's got like this big library and it's all empty. And the other one like had a bunch of books, but then like we exploded into the empty one. And I assume more books. Which isn't bad because I like to read.
I think Ivis is getting the same migraine Nathan's getting trying to figure this out.
You know, but sometimes you just need to go along for the ride. You want to hear something real crazy? My parents were devil worshippers. Anyways, let's keep going.
I could have figured that out.
Oh, well, hey, hold up. They're humans, though. That's the real twist. They lied to me, told me I was adopted. It was amazing.
I mean, humans don't have their own god. They tend to worship whatever they can find. They're
Yeah,
kind of
we'll go
weird
with
like
that.
that.
It's kind of like this whole cult thing, actually, but yeah.
I have a
You
lot
start
to this.
as you guys are talking. You start hitting dunk da 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 dunk 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 da 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 dunk dunk.
Oh,
As the drums are being
shit.
started, as they start playing drums and food is starting to be rolled out to the crowd gathered around the campfire. As you are called to eat.
No, I'm gonna look around. I'll be like, hey, no, you bird. Do you play any instruments? I'm gonna look around to the rest of the party.
Not personally, but a little note. When you're talking to your friend, and it's not just with us, don't talk out loud.
How else am I supposed to talk to him?
I assume if he's in your head, just think.
I think quietly to myself, well, that don't make no fucking sense.
I mean, the owl folk isn't wrong.
Still in my head, but yeah, but can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm here. I live in your head now. Why wouldn't I hear you?
I say out loud, well, fuck.
Was I right?
Nope, you're left. Let's go. Okay, Peril. You play an instrument.
What'd you ask?
You play an instrument.
No.
Panic. Instrument. I think Panic
no.
died. Panic died. Okay.
No, she said no. It's
Oh, I
just
didn't hear.
not very loud.
My voice hurts, so I'm trying to be loud, but also trying not to die.
I'll be like,
No.
like, well, fine. And then I will throw off the jacket all anime style, grab my guitar, and go to whoever's playing that drum.
It's like you know the African drums that you hold between your legs and like beat on top. It's that, only very large because it's held between horse legs.
So it probably sounds a lot more like the not the taiko drums, but the large Japanese like bass drums that are just like that they use the sticks. Yeah,
a bit more like that. By the way, as you're walking over, Vonks in your head goes, you know, he has a younger sister named Ulula, and I think you would really like her from his memories.
Bird.
As you walk over to the drum
Fucking
player.
gross feathers. What now?
What'd you say, Terror?
He said, "Fucking gross feathers." No. Birds don't do it, man. It's
To each their own.
got a beak. It's pointed. Weird.
Don't knock it till you try it. Anyway,
So yeah, I go up to the guy playing the big old drum, and I just join him.
As the feast starts, you're playing with the drum guy, and you know they're really getting into it. Roll a performance.
One second. Do I not have it yet?
Performance on your chart.
Oh, yep. I would, but I also... Uh,
16, yeah. You manage to you pick up the beat that they're putting down, and you manage to play something that's on beat, on tune, and it sounds well. Oh, and you're doing a enthralling performance, right? Which 4 creatures would you like to choose?
Let's see here. The biggest, baddest looking motherfucker here.
That would be your list.
We already got this lady. The person I'm playing with. One random person from the crowd who seems to be paying a lot of attention.
Yeah.
That doofy idiot earlier that I thought was talking to him.
Okay, so those 4, I'll roll for them. Two of them fail. The goofy idiot and the lady fail. So they are enthralled.
All right. So it's just charmed for an hour.
Or what you say?
So it's just basically I have them charmed for an hour.
Yeah. They are really into you. Like jamming out,
Oh,
and
here's
you
how I
see
do the long
the
version.
older lady start
Boom, there it is.
tapping her
it out.
feet, which is hooves.
There's the long version. Got it.
Yeah. Speaks glowingly of you and everything. Yeah. Okay. As the night progresses, there's some games going on and there's festivities. Which we won't take now. Let me just get my notes. And suddenly the drummer guy stops playing. You've been like just jamming out, having a nice time, drinking. There's like anything. There's some very good earthen ale available. There's like spit roasted pig, honey basted. There's like a stew going on. It's very, very nice. And suddenly the drummer stops playing, and you see all the satyrs sort of like raise their head and look towards the nearby forest. There's probably like 300 feet to the forest. And they all, as they're looking, they like stand up, turn towards the forest, and you see peril because of your vision. Even in the dark, you see something walking out of the forest. And wait, let me just change the music for a little bit. You see something walking out of the forest peril towards you. And as it approaches, all the centaurs kneel. They go down on their knees, I guess. The drummer guy next to you, Terror, goes like urges you to do the same. and so does Eurylis to the rest of you. Immediately as the character approaches, you feel your charm dispelled on everyone. Terror.
Well, that was waste, and I'm gonna go ahead and just kneel.
hmm You see a female figure with like reddish hair down her back, dressed in some very nice clothing, but very bestial looking. And behind her walks a giant bear and a few other smaller rodent animals as she approaches. I'm going to reveal her. Some of you might recognize this character model as she approaches, looking a bit like this. And she goes, I've always liked centaurs, half animal, half humanoid. Guess it reminds me of myself in some way. And as she approaches, the four of you are sort of like at the front. And she walks up to the four of you. And she speaks in common. She has like, notably for peril, panic, and terror, she has a wooden mask hanging at her side that looks eerily familiar. And she goes, peril and panic. My, have you have grown since I felt you last. Your brother says hello. And she turns her vision to you, Ibis. And who might you be? Owl folk. Much like centaurs, I approve of your kind. Oh, and a new red one. Just like Pain. No.
What about Pain?
You're not.
No, hold up. We're
You're
going
not.
the wrong way already.
What'd you say?
No Pain.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He doesn't know Pain, so he's
no.
like, no Pain. No.
No. You're not like him at all. In fact, you're unlike anyone I've ever met. She sort of like regards you for a minute and walks away.
But do you...
I don't like
okay,
having to
bye.
socialize. I'm not a messenger owl. No offense to you, owlfolk. She clears her throat, and she starts speaking like the first syllable of a message, before turning her head back towards you, Terror, and sighs and goes, of course, it wasn't accounted for that one of you wouldn't speak his tongue, and it just doesn't translate well into common prophecies. Come here, she says to you, Terror.
50 eyes, like, is, like, do I have to?
With two fingers, she like beckons you to, like the come hither motion, and you fly to her, levitating slightly off the ground as she walks over to you, and she
I'd be
turns
like, well,
your
Jesus,
head so
normally
like
I'm given a
like
save
it's,
at least, and then I fucking come flying over to her.
Yeah. She grabs your head and turns it so that like it's tilted to the side and your ear is towards her, and she turns your head like a hairdresser at the end of her shift. And from her palm grows a greenish gray worm about the size of a whiteboard marker with have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah.
No, the Kraken?
No, not that one.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you a picture in general of what his mouth looks like. There we go. That's about the mouth of the worm, though not that size. Like I said, it's about the size of a whiteboard marker. And she goes, this won't, well, shouldn't anyways, hurt. And in the air it goes. And you feel it wriggling, digging into your skull and making its way to your brain, you assume, at an alarming rate. You don't feel any pain, it's just real freaking uncomfortable. And as it make contact with what you assume is your brainstem, your vision blurs and you lose balance for a moment, as like a moment of And like Neo from the Matrix, you go, "Huh, I know Sylvan." And you do. You now know Sylvan. As she looks over to Peril and Panic, I believe my husband's way of giving his language is a bit more preferable to some. Perfect then! She claps her hands together and you fall back to the ground like to a kneeling position, Terror. Now then, to deliver my message from my husband. I am here to warn you that something is coming. A storm, a calamity, a cataclysm. There are whisperers in the tree, sighs in the grass, trembling in the petals. Do not trust the beloved, shy the heartless, believe the unsuited, oust the displaced, beware the architect, destroy the ascended. And she speaks this message in Sylvan, which now all four of you understand.
That kind of sounds
And
like us.
what you say, Terror?
There's gonna be like that kind of sounds like us.
Now then, that was the message. And I'll be back in my forest. As she starts walking off, and you sort of like feel this. You didn't really notice it when it came, but there is definitely a presence with her. And as she walks off, she stops suddenly and goes, "Oh, Peril, stand." And immediately you are like raised to your feet, Peril. As she produces a golden egg. Larger than a chicken's egg, but not like as large as like an ostrich egg. From your brother, a gift. And she has this sort of like slightly ominous, humored smile as she gives it to you. Farewell then, anomalous Mavericks. Best of luck to you. And she walks off, the animals turning around and following her into the forest, and not until she's completely gone does like the everyone stays kneeling until she's gone.
When they're gone, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna walk over to Peril. I'm gonna grab him by his shirt, fucking yank him right to my face, and I'm be like, I don't know who the fuck your brother is, but I don't like him or his fucking friends already. Gonna walk
Peril's
away.
just gonna kind of be staring off, holding the egg.
Let's see here. Terror, Peril, and Ibis. You can all roll religion. No, not Terror. Sorry, Panic, Peril, and Ibis. You can all roll religion checks.
Ah, yes.
8, 23, 17.
Barbarian
Okay,
with a
Ibis.
+2 or religion checks.
Ibis, you are shook to your core as you realize, from what you know about them and what you just saw this woman, you probably just met Teria, the goddess of nature, wildlife, and animals, and the wife of Tilwith, the god of nature and plants and decay. Yeah.
Which if because he recognized my god, or Titania's god. Right, didn't he?
He knew about Marvelous, yeah.
Yeah. You know about Tilwith.
He would know about Tilwith, yeah, probably.
Right, so now you know about all three, the trifecta.
Yeah, and sorry,
Was-
panic. You realize the same thing. Oh right, remember that like a centaur-looking creature with 6 legs, each a different leg, and like the visions you had way back when. That was his wife. Sorry,
Was you,
Ibis, were you saying something?
was your brother religious? Panic?
Backlash?
Peril will just go from staring kind of off in the distance to now staring at the egg.
Voltaire, that was a goddess, just so you know.
Terror's not there. He stormed off.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah, he's fucking. He's had a rough 2 days.
Why was your brother mixed up with the goddess of nature?
Boy, that's an ironic question if you really knew.
Are you answering Peril, or are you a bit too
Peril
out of
is
it?
just staring at the egg.
Panic, do you answer, Ibis?
He said he's just staring at the egg.
Jayla.
said-
Yeah, no,
Panic.
but I asked Panic now.
Oh,
Jayla, you're good.
Technically, we all know Tilwith. I, I, I don't know. Maybe? This is not helpful, but yeah. I personally do not remember above game if he was or was not
If he was what?
religious. Set not what we're okay.
No. As far as you remember about your brother, he was never very religious, but he did become a. You do know that he became a warlock of Tilwith
Then
before he died.
I would say that. I guess. Yeah.
alrighty then. Well, we're gonna have to explain to the new guy who that was.
Uh,
How are the satyr or centaurs reacting at this point?
After she left, they've like stood back up and they're all giving side glances at Yols, but they're not like saying anything and like returning to the festivities almost like nothing happened. Peril and Panic, you get the sense that the centaurs might be akin to the satyrs in that they are more closely related to nature and the gods of nature, Teria and Tilwith, than other races. By the way, I will post. Would you guys like the prophecy in writing?
Yes, please.
Right, so I'll post that in chat. Yeah, Terror, you can add to your character sheet that you now speak Sylvan.
Yep, I did that.
Yep. So,
Alright.
oh, look at the time. Okay. As the evening progresses, do you guys rejoin the festivities or do you head to bed?
I get dinner.
You get some chow. It's good. It's good food. Not exotic in any way. It's very natural, but there's salt, there's pepper, herbs.
He wouldn't
It's
eat
good.
with excitement no matter what it is. He's just gonna nibble a bit and call it good.
Yeah. Peril, what are you doing?
Peril's skipping dinner and just sitting with the egg, staring at it.
It's a very nice golden egg, and it almost seems like carved, like there's patterns in it. It's heavy in your head, in your hand. It's larger, like I said, larger than a chicken egg, but not like the size of an ostrich egg. Whether it's a real egg or if it's just pure gold, you don't know.
Yeah, Peril's gonna be a little distracted for the night.
Yeah, turns
Don't
out
go bed.
your brother didn't go to the land of the dead when he died. It would seem he's elsewhere with Tilwith, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah.
Panic and Ibis. What are you two doing?
I'm grabbing food and falling asleep in a tree for the night.
Yep.
And
I'm
trying
Panic.
to figure out stuff.
I'm gonna join the festivities because, yeah.
Okay, yeah. You join the festivities. You have a nice evening. Terror, you hear the voice in your head of Vunks once again. Well, I'm certainly glad I stuck with you. This turns out to be quite the interesting adventure. And with that, as the night takes you and you all fall asleep, ready to head to Gillimore the next morning, we are going to end our session for today.
Woohoo! GG's.
So thank you all for playing. Thank
That
you all
was a
for
fun one.
listening. And I will
Yeet.
see you next week.